Hey guys, Clone here, and today I am starting late. Look at that. 13 seconds into the game before I got my capture card on, and boy am I glad I got my capture card on for this game. Oh snap, this is a pretty good game. Well, that's why I'm showing it to you guys, eh? And we are on Redshire in the T-100 LT. Redshire 1944. And I think this is my new favorite map. It was Lakeville for a long time, and I like Severgorsk, and I like Westfield. But something about Redshire, it doesn't matter which variant, I like them both. They're both really good. It's just, it has it all. Places for light tanks to go, it's open enough for light tanks to do their job, passive scout, active scout. If you're an artillery player, you got plenty of opportunity if you like that kind of thing. If you're a heavy tank, Redshire 1944 especially has added some good artillery cover. If you're a good hull-down tank, there are plenty of ridge lines. Hull-down medium tank, same thing. Maybe your medium tank that doesn't go hull-down very well. There's still plenty of room to move, opportunities, and same, both maps, both 1944 and the original. The only difference between the two, a major difference should I say, is the fact that there's less arty cover on the original version of this map. That's definitely for sure. So we are spotting out this Rheinmetall Panzerwagen. You can tell he knows where we are. He's looking in our direction, but he doesn't shoot. I was expecting him to. He was aiming a little to our right. Had he aimed at us, we would have backed up or pulled forward. I didn't want to lose any hit points, but we're kind of just sitting here waiting. Hopefully my arty will hit. I'm platooned with Ava Master, who's in the T-92, and I'm letting her know this guy's standing still. He's standing still. Nuke him in the face. But here comes a Tiger 2, and because he's not paying attention, now I'm going to take my shot and move in to kill this guy, because I figured that would be the case that we will do. So yeah, that's what we're going to do. Tiger 2. Making the brave play. Can we put a shell? No, we cannot. The shell goes. I don't know where it went, but it didn't go, so that's fine. Can we put a shell into him this time? Aim it up. Aim it up. Come on, aim well. Aim well, clone guy. Aim well, clone guy. Oh, we're just gonna ram him. Bad play. He did a lot to us. He did a lot to us. That's for sure. 609. Though 610 appeared on the screen when I watched that over. And we did, I think, 620 to him. So we did slightly more. So note to self, if you ram a Rheinmetall Panzerwagen in your T-100 LT, you'll probably do more damage. However, 10 more damage, that was not worth it. That was not worth it. But their light tank is down. He would have died anyway. But I think we saved our Tiger 2. There he is. He is still alive. So you know what? Maybe it was worth it. We saved our Tiger 2. He's still alive. He's still alive. The best... The worst tier 10 light tank? I don't know. But he's alive now, and our artillery do not notice the impending doom. And by our artillery, I mean our singular artillery unit, the Batchat. The Batchat tier 9. He does, I don't think he realizes. He's like, dude, run away, run away. But we're going to sit here and do some spots. Now he's running away, and our, what is this, a 4005 down there, is keeping them back, and he's actually keeping our artillery alive. Their artillery is a platoon of 3. I don't know if you guys noted? I guess you could have noted it, but did you notice it? Maybe you noticed it and then you noted it. I don't know. We'll put a shell into the side turn armor of that IS-3, and now here comes the 704. Can we put some shells in him? We're putting this tree in between us. There we go. We put in artillery is doing the work. But you notice the enemy team's artillery is also doing the work. And we're starting to slowly but surely lose this game. Go for the tracks. I think we did hit the tracks. He comes back up. He's spotted again. Did we hit him in the tracks? Yes, we did. Unfortunately, he's no longer behind the trees, but we put a shell in and we damage his tank. But right now, I've just got to keep these guys spotted. This map highly rewards a light tank who keeps himself alive. You can do so much on this map with your light tanks. It's one of the best scouting maps. One of the best big play maps for light tanks, I'll have to give it. Prokhorovka is probably one of the best scout maps, and Westfield and Lakeville, hands down, those 3, you can get huge scouting results. But this map has to be one of the best maps for active duty scout tanks. Scout tanks doing just insane work for your team. But we come out here to hopefully 1 versus 1, the 704, but instead we find ourselves a Death Star. The IS-7 had moved off, so I figured we could go after the 704, get behind him, and just feast on him. The only thing that would save him is artillery, and I was just hoping I could stay moving enough to get away from him. But we see him knock down a tree there. We put a shell into him, and we drive immediately the way he's not starting to turn, which was the left. He expected us to go to the left. He started to turn that way. Instead, we go to the right, closer towards his gun, which was least expected by him, and now we're behind him here. There's nothing he can do here. There's nothing for him to back his tank behind and stop me from, you know, getting around him. I'm not going to stop to aim other than right here. I started to stop and aim. I changed my mind. There is artillery in play. There's the first artillery shell. I don't know if that was my own or his, but it doesn't matter. Did no damage to either of us. I think it was actually Ava Masters, because he had mentioned it. And we put a shell in and finish him off. And now we've got to get out. We feasted on that full health. 4,005, but now it's time to get out of here as our team is losing by 1 right now. We were just losing by 2. In fact, I think we were losing by 3, but we finish off the 4,005. Just another one of our tanks finishes off another guy, but then they finish off our guy who just finished someone off. So a lot of finishing off going on. And now suddenly we're in a 4 versus 6, which doesn't sound bad, like, oh, 4 versus 6, that's not so bad. But it's just me and my light tank with artillery. But it doesn't matter because Ava Master finishes off the Leopard PTA on the enemy team. We crash into this rock. Luckily, we're too low for this IS-7 to hit. We got to go because the 277 is coming. There's the 277. He misses us, so that gives us an opportunity here. Do we want to maybe go after this IS-7, get him killed, something of the sort? No, we're just going to keep him spotted. We still have 3 artillery. We need to keep that in mind, but I'm going to spot him up again. Hopefully, one of my teammates can finish him off. There he is. Okay, we have 3 artillery. Go for it, artillery. Finish him off. Shell out. Are they going to hit? Yes, he is. He goes down. Object 277 in front of us. He misses, and now we're going to disengage. We're going to get our distance, come at him from where we don't know. But Ava Master gets finished off by the enemy artillery. He was not actually spotted. They were counter-batterying, which is quite an interesting play. Plus, Ava had mentioned that he was moving after each shot. But then down goes the bat chat. Was he spotted? I don't know. Ava was not spotted. They decided to counter-battery. He was not even in the same spot he fired from, he said. He fired and moved away from that spot. So he says he thinks they just blind shot the rock, which is where he was hiding behind, and unfortunately he goes down. So now it's just me and this other guy versus 4, but we put a shell in the 277. Our job right now is just to keep them spotted, and right now I was kind of wishing I did not ram that Rheinmetall because I could still be sitting at full health. Not a singular shell has hit my tank. This guy has no shot, he says. This artillery unit, by the way, is one of the greatest artillery unit players, I guess, to have on your team, because he was communicating the entire time, letting me know no shot. He was relocating, finding better shots, and so I was just, I was awesome. I just kept spotting this tier 10 heavy tank. I was just spotting tanks, and he was shooting them. It's great. This is a good artillery unit, because this alone would be a tough fight. I think I could take the 277 in a one-on-one. Right now, after that hit I just put in him, I think on this map especially, I could circle him to death and kill him. But the artillery will definitely be covering him this time, unlike the 4005. When I fought the 4005, there was no reason for them to be shooting down that way because my entire team was spotted on the other team. They were already aimed to the other side, so that's why I was so safe when I was fighting the 4005. However, this time, I'm going to be the only tank spotted. They are all going to change their attention to me. But we spot the 277, we pull behind the bush so he doesn't see us, but now we fire this time, but the rear of our tank is actually too close to the bushes, so that is what he spots when we fire that time. But we have artillery who has relocated to a position to shoot him in that position, and he's aiming up a shot, and he finishes him off. Great play by the artillery on our team. Their artillery does take a pot shot. He misses us because we turned after we went undetected, and he is unable to hit us. And now it is a 2 versus 3. 3 of them being artillery units. Now the question is, how are we going to deal with this? It might seem easy. You think, oh, it's just artillery. That should be pretty easy. But the fact is that they've been carrying their team through this game, so I imagine they're not very bad players. So if I was in a platoon of 3 artillery, I would spread out to cover each other. I'd have everyone aiming at everyone, and just as soon as someone gets spotted, they all just shoot them, and then that way, you know, you can reload by the time the light tank reaches you. If you happen to miss, give yourself the most opportunities to kill a light tank. I by no means would be clustered together so that when we all shoot, I can just rush in and kill them all. That would be silly. So I'm giving them a lot of credit, thinking they're going to be spread out, they're going to be covering each other, and they're going to be really, really hard to kill. Plus, with my hit points, all they have to do is splash near me, and I can possibly die if they're using the top guns. But we're rolling around. I'm kind of slowing down. Are they going to be around this corner? Down around this corner. Okay, I'm expecting them to be maybe in the river, or maybe they've pushed way far out. I'm using these bushes. There he is. There's one of them. All right, we're going to use this bush. Notice how we spot him. He's aimed this way. We're going to use this bush, back all the way up. We don't have the gun depression. There we go. Fire the shell off. There is artillery on our left. He spots us because he pulls back. He spots us, unfortunately. So we're just going to go. We've got to go. We put a shell on the move, and it flies true. There's the other artillery. He misses his shot. He rushes it, and now there's just one more. Is he going to hit? We fire a shell off. He misses us, and he gets finished off by artillery. And because they were all clustered together, we can reload. He can't reload. We can just roll in, and we can kill him. No problem whatsoever. But you know what? It's artillery, all platooned in 3. I'm gonna have a little bit of fun with these guys because, or the singular guy. Gonna give him a little bit of hope. That's what I like doing to artillery. I'm gonna give him some hope by driving in front of his gun. Hello there. And then shooting him in the face because he's a 3-man artillery platoon. Well, we managed to take this game down. Over 6,000 damage done, I think we've seen. Did we have any blind shots? I don't think so. 2,300 assist as well. What kind of results is that going to give us? Let's take a look. We actually make 62,000 credits, 9,700 experience. We had a daily booster going, and I think ×3 from the summer games. Only a first class. We get the Pascucci's. Not too shabby. 1,600 base experience points. Only a first class, unfortunately. I was hoping for a little bit more, but as you can see, those artillery units were carrying their team. So it was, I think, smart to not underestimate them. And because we did not underestimate them, they were a whole lot easier to kill in the end when they were just all clustered together, which was the worst thing they could have done. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed that fast-paced, action-packed game in the T-100 LT. If you did, slap that like button, comment, subscribe. Make sure you go check out Spaceman and GotADingy's YouTubes. Links in the description below. And I'll see you guys all later. Take care, and peace out.